Open your mind's door to J-Snip 4. Open your mind's door to J-Snip 4. American dream, relocated to Tennessee. Now he's on 10 acres, GMO free. Planting info seeds in the minds of the sheep.
Alright, so I see that when I use my cell phone to do videos in the car, not working out too well. The audio's cutting off and all kinds of crap, so I'm not going to be doing any more videos like that. So to redo the videos that I already did on my cell phone, on my regular good camera, which is what I'm using now, I was talking about what happens to a country, what happens to you, what happens to things, prices, everything else in a country that has devalued its currency. If the country is importing stuff from other countries, it sucks because those prices immediately go up. And our country does in fact import some foods for sure. And of course the oil and gas thing, we are importing that currently. So that would hurt pretty bad if we had to deal with that. So, turn the old AC on here. So, I did some research a while back, and I've already done a video like this before, but it's been over a year, I'm sure. A lot of my subscribers that are new never heard of it, so I'll just, from time to time, I may talk about something I've already talked about, just because it's, you know, good information. Well, I did a little research about the Great Depression, and while we didn't actually come out to the world and say, hey, we're devaluing the dollar, we basically confiscated all the Americans' gold, told all the American citizens you can't own gold anymore, turn it into your local treasury office. We'll give you fair market value, today's price, which is $20 an ounce back then. And all is good. So the sheeple citizens, patriotic for my country, turned in their gold. The next year, after they realized, okay, we got all we're gonna get, the value of gold went to $35 an ounce. So it almost went up double. So the other side would be, well, you had a de facto devaluation in your currency. Well, did anything change as far as the price of gasoline back then, the price of a loaf of bread, a working man's wages? None of it changed. But we had our own oil back then. We had all of our own food back then. We grew it all here in America. Lots of farms back in those days. We have a tiny fraction of the farms left nowadays. Working man's wage didn't change any. Didn't really need to, because nothing really affected. The prices pretty much stayed the same. And in a scenario like that, that's actually okay. Believe it or not, it's actually okay to devalue your currency. The only reason we're going to do it as a country, and this is going to happen, Lindsey Williams said it, it's obvious it's going to happen. We can't pay off that $16-17 trillion. It cannot and will not be paid off. There's no chance that I can. Period. Not gonna happen. So we have no choice but to default on that debt. We can tell everyone who's holding our bonds, our treasury bonds, hey, we're giving you half today, sorry about your luck, and then our dollar stays the same. Or we can devalue the dollar itself doing the same thing, because we just, you know, your bonds are now worth half of what they were. Same thing happens. And old Ben Bernanke said, remember what I said from what he said in 2002 before he was Federal Reserve Chairman? He would do 5 things if we were facing, you know, big, bad economic times again, such as the Great Depression. And the 5th and final thing he said he would do is devalue the US dollar. That came out of his mouth. And he's done 4 out of the 5 thus far since he's been in that position of power as the head of the Federal Reserve. So it's obvious we're going to devalue the dollar. So today, since we do import a good amount of food, actually, we don't just net export, we import foods. You know, I see, you know, product of Chile, product of Mexico, grapes, and all kinds of stuff. So those prices would go up. The price of gasoline would absolutely go up. Which is why Lindsey Williams said, you're going to experience that pain for a little while, and then you're going to hear a story, breaking news, we found this massive pool of oil in America, we're now energy independent once again. So that pain will somewhat stop once you're paying $6, $7, $8 a gallon at the pump because of this. And then they're going to say, well, we're back down to $4. You know, $4 for gas. So, you know, the average American, all right, screw those Middle Easterners, $4 a gallon's back, as if that's good. But now we have full oil on our soil, and these oil companies are telling us on our soil, thanks to Wall Street, because that's what they set the price, what we're going to pay for something that we're getting out of our own ground in America, and that oil company has the privilege to get out of the ground and be able to make a profit. That's a privilege. And they're the ones going to tell us what they're going to charge us for gas. According to Lindsey Williams, if not enough of us wake up, that's exactly what's going to happen. And thus far, what he said to look out for is happening. So, if we had to experience that, then the food prices are going to potentially go up, because we don't have a whole lot of farming here in America. We do import stuff, even though we do a lot of exporting on certain things like wheat or corn. But that's not everything. That's not all the foods. So then let's go here. All right, devaluation of the US dollar, prices skyrocket, they somewhat get control of. Other countries start seeing, hey, now America's competing with us to export these goods, whether it's electronics like China, right? Or it's food, grapes from wherever, Chile, and now we got to compete with them for that. Hey, it's good to be in America again. We can actually become competitive because we devalued our dollar. So you may look at that and say, well, that's kind of a good thing. But then those other countries say, whoa, 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 wait a minute. We liked it the way it was before. Now you're cutting in on our stuff, man. We had the export thing going on. We even exported to you guys. Now you're going to get in on this and compete with us? We're devaluing our currency. And then another country, hey, don't leave us out. We're going to devalue our currency. And then, as Lindsey Williams said, it has already been in the news recently, like he said would be coming, the word currency wars. I keep hearing that. Currency wars, currency wars, currency wars. Oh, that's funny. And trade wars. Oh my God, just like he also said. Isn't that amazing? Oh, Lindsey Williams, right again. So you're going to have all these things. What do you suppose the price of gold's going to do in the meantime? Because gold is a global thing, even though we do set the price right now. Do you really think they're going to be able to smash gold and keep gold down while our currency is being devalued, since we set the price of it, and all of a sudden gold, they're going to have to smash gold and silver before any of this happens if they want to maintain control of the price of gold and silver. They'll have to smash it so that when we come out and say, all right, now we've devalued our dollar, oh my God, gold and silver just doubled. But gold went down to $800 and silver went down to 20 or whatever, right? Okay, so silver went to 40 and gold went back to 14, 1500 or 1600. That's the way they would have to do this if they're smart. And believe me, they're smart. They're probably going to try to do something like that. But during that period of unrest and craziness, people are going to recognize I should have been getting gold the whole time. And as they plummet on that price, people are stockpiling it. I've been to major websites in the last few days. Silver Eagles, where can I get delayed? How about delayed? Over here, delayed. But the price was going down. How in the hell does the price of something go down as supply is running out? Because it's set on Wall Street every day. There's no real thing. They don't set the price based on a real thing. They just set the price on a guess of the real thing and what it should be worth. That's it. So keep doing it. I love seeing silver at $28 and 27 and change. I love it. Makes me want to go buy some more. You should be buying more. So during that interim period, you're going to want something like gold and silver, especially silver, to get you through and potentially profit massively during the chaos. And then your country comes out and does a currency war, and we're going to drop our devalue our currency, then they're going to do it, and China's going to do it, and this one's going to do it. And we're all competing now to export and do everything. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but you're going to hear this, which you've already heard out of Joe Biden, Vice President, to Obama, his mouth just days ago. He used the N-word. No, not that N-word, bozo. The New World Order. We need a new world order. Old Biden came out and said it. Which is no surprise, obviously. So they're going to come out and say, look, all these currency wars and trade wars in China, you guys are devaluing your currency in Venezuela and Chile, and the whole world's devaluing their currencies. Just this is mad war, currency trade war going on. Guys, it's not working. As you can see, everybody's suffering. Let's put this under one umbrella, the New World Order. So we don't have currency wars anymore. We don't have trade wars anymore. We have one currency. It can't be a trade war. And we'll never have these problems again because there's only one currency that the world uses. There's no currency wars. There's no more trade wars. Use our currency. It'll be a world currency, and it will be backed by gold and silver, precious metals, etc. And they'll have all their little people in power like they do right now, just like the finance minister of Cyprus, who is forcing their citizens to not do a bankruptcy. We're going to pay this $10 billion bailout back that we can't pay back. We're going to do it. We can't go to bankruptcy. There's no other choice. We got to stay in the euro. You know, there's no such thing as bankruptcy. That's what he's saying. Man. So they're going to have guys just like him who's not elected. They are selected, appointed, to all chip in at the same time. The USA, you know, Treasury, yeah, it's a good idea. This guy over here, Venezuela, it's a good idea. China, it's a good idea. That's what you're going to hear. So, whatever. That's what happens when we devalue our currency. Take care.